options. Okay. I guess I don't need that, so let me turn that off. Broadcast settings. Advanced. Okay.
I am here.
Ugh. Okay, that there. Get my chart going here. Okay, hide that for a moment. That's good. Let's see. That's project. Oh, wait. Okay. Okay. Greetings and welcome to Belber 100's channel. Of course, I am Belber. And today, I got a few things to talk about. Now, I know it's not really bright in here like you guys like it, but if I have these rope lights on right here that go around behind my TV where you cannot see, and I am talking about these lights right here, okay, these lights right here, just too bright on this corner where you guys can see them. So whatever side of the TV they're bright on for you on, this is what I'm trying to prevent. Give me a second. Let me move my light down. It's a little too high. I don't like it being that high. There. There we go. So, in other words, I have a couple things to discuss with you. Okay. First of all, Tuesday was my birthday, and my brother had bought me a pair of steel core headphones. Now these have AM, FM, and Bluetooth compatible, so they can link up to my new phone, which is right here. Okay, and right back here, I don't know how well you guys can see that, but right there is a fingerprint scanner, which I love really very much. Okay, but these muffle down sound. So when I'm mowing or weed whacking, I can put these on, jam out to my tunes, of course, and I can also use these to talk to people that call me on my cell phone while I'm still doing my job. They can hear me very clearly, but they can barely hear what's going around me, like a lawnmower, weed whacker, whatever. It muffles out that sound, and it pretty much listens to what I'm trying to tell the other person on the other end. So I love the hell out of these because I've already used these twice so far. So these are a really good pair of headphones. And also, right here is the batteries, which one just come out, which I'm going to have to reset everything. It takes 3 AAA, and that keeps it sealed. So I can even take these to the races and turn the race on in my ears so I can hear it. Instead of having a regular pair of these where you put them over your head and you got to run headphones up inside and then have them in your ears where, yeah, they're hurting your ears because they're in here and you're sweating your butt off and they fall out sometimes. Unlike these will literally, you'll sweat because right around here, this is all leather, okay? So I mean, I love the hell out of these. These are good. If you guys ever get a chance, go buy yourself a pair of these. I don't know exactly what they cost, but these are good headphones. And they muffle out a lot of sound. So, on that happy note, that is also good. So, I'm going to set those right there. Now, stay there. Now, before I go any further, there's going to be one major topic that I want to talk about, and I'm sure my other friend who recently went through a bad time with this person who I'm about to talk about, okay? Now, before I tell you anything about him, gotcha. Before I tell you anything about this person, keep in mind, if you ever come across a profile with the picture that I'm about to put up, keep this in mind, okay? First of all, he'll act nice to you for probably about maybe the first couple months. Then he'll start learning about your secrets, what you don't want him to know about. He'll start figuring out little here, little there, little here, little there. And he'll keep picking your brain. Now, before I post his picture either up here or down here on the either side of me, top or lower, wherever I decide to put it. Now, mind you, he is very, very manipulative of others. So, after I show you this picture, okay, I'm going to have to switch it. Come on, get me back to my second screen. Hold on, folks. I had a text message I had to read, so that's why my PlayStation app is disconnected, and that's why you're getting a little blue, a little dark box up here in the corner. So give me a second. Come on. Now I gotta let it load again. Load. Anyway, while I wait for that to load, okay. Now, when I show you a picture of who I'm about to talk about, I will explain a lot of things, okay, about him. And please understand this. This has nothing to do with me or my friend, but it has a lot to do about him, who I am about to talk about. So, on that note, this person I am talking about, okay, now keep an eye on the top part of the screen or the lower part of the screen. Wherever this appears, I want you to take a real good look at his picture for me, please. Okay. Now, this person that I'm talking about that's right here, okay, this person was never, ever fat, okay? He never looked like that, okay? Years ago, he looked like almost normal, but a little on the heavy side, but not that bad, okay? He and I were good friends back in school. Now that he has done what he has done to me and to my other friend who used to go out with him at the time. Okay. Now, see, before I get into that part of that, I want to talk about the first part. Back in school, he was always very polite. He was always nice to other people. He was nice to me. He was nice to all the teachers. Now that we have graduated school, all of that just went kaput. Now he looks like this, okay? He looks like, kind of like a Ratatouille, okay? Now just imagine him having whiskers and freaking ears and a tail and whatnot. Now, he's a different version of Ratatouille, all right? Reason why I say this is because, first of all, he hides food in his room. He will even take regular milk. Give me a second. I know you can't really see me, but I am back here. Okay. I'm going to use my gallon of milk for an example. Okay. He'll take regular milk in whatever container he has, and he will do this. He'll set this down somewhere like so, and he leaves food and whatnot in his room while his roommate keeps the rest of the apartment looking nice. Okay, excuse me, I've got to put this back before it spoils. I don't want it to spoil. Not only that, ladies and gentlemen, but he also leaves food out. Everything that goes in the refrigerator, that's supposed to go in the refrigerator, he leaves it lying around in his drawers and whatnot. My friend who used to date him before they split, because, first of all, okay, I was still friends with him and my other friend that I'm talking about, which is right here, okay? I was friends with both of them. They were dating at the time. And if you can't guess, the person that was dating him was a female, and I know she's going to be watching this probably later on down the road. I'm not going to mention any names on who he was dating, but this person who you see right here, okay, he has done a lot of things to this poor girl over the last 3 years of her life, okay? He broke her down within 1 year. He had been changing her, not anything bad, but he was changing her up here. He was breaking her down and remolding her in his own freaking image. He wanted to have her do this, and this. All this work while he does nothing but, how can I put this? Sit in his chair, on his ass, and play video games all day long while he's trying to do work. Okay, now we'll get into that part of the topic here in a little bit. But this poor girl, after, I was talking to him and I was talking to her on the phone as a friend, that's all I was doing. Okay, I was talking to her and him as a friend. Yet, he gets a crazy idea. Oh, Bilber's trying to take my girl away from me. He's trying to do all this and no. And he's just going on and on and on, causing all this chaos. Meanwhile, she's living with him, and he's driving her up a mental wall. Literally, to where she was crying to me about him saying stuff. And then even while one day I was on the phone with both of them, we're just talking, I'm talking with her while he's in his room, not giving a care in the world. Okay? He didn't care anything about what was going on. Okay? Now, if you see this picture on any Facebook profile, move on. Okay? Please just keep looking. Don't allow this person to manipulate you. Because, yeah, I know he will. And everybody that he has manipulated, and he's turned everybody against me. It first started off with two of my other friends that we were going to school with. Okay? It was me, Ben, this guy right here, as you see, and two of my closest friends when we were in school, from 5th grade up to 12th grade. We were all friends at the time. He started manipulating one of my friends, and he turned them against me, saying, oh, he's going to betray you, da, 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 da. And he's just going on and on and on and on and on. I'm going, Ben, why are you saying, I'm like, dude, why are you saying these things? And this guy's name is Ben Tillotson. Be on the lookout for this guy, because this guy is nothing but a worthless dumbass. And I do apologize. He does piss me off. I'm sorry. This person right here that I am showing you in the top part of your screen, his name is Ben Tillotson. Now, I ain't got nothing bad to say about his father, but his mother, and if you don't know what that means, she's just like him. And I know she doesn't know my YouTube. And his father, I still talk to him on the phone. I've been telling his father everything that he's done. Oh, your son's done this, 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 this. He's done all this to me. What are you going to do about it, is what I would ask him. And he'd be like, well, Bilber, I will take care of it. Okay? I'm like, please, set him straight before I pull out my hair. Which, as you see, I have no hair to pull out, folks. It's because of him. He's done it so much to me that I've been ripping out my hair, which... Ow, that hurt. Yeah, I did hit my ceiling because my ceiling's low. I do live in a trailer. I've been trying to work it out between Ben Tillotson. I've been trying to keep our friendship going. I've been trying to even turn him back to the way he was back in school. But no. He did not even want to go into a special program in order to get these skills so he could actually live on his own. And granted, I know how to cook, I know how to clean, I know how to take care of myself. Where he doesn't. He does not shave unless his mother says, oh, you gotta shave. Does a crappy job. You gotta take a bath. Uses a frickin' towel to wipe himself. Because he's so overweight. I will bet you guys anything that he weighs over 400 pounds. To where I am only 245 on the dot. And I have not gained a single pound over that. But yet I've been eating all my veggies, I've been eating my meats, I've been eating everything that I need to survive. I've been eating healthy foods and whatnot. I mean, I've been cooking on the barbecue grill, and I've been doing dinners in the oven. But yet, this person doesn't know how to cook, doesn't know how to clean. Hell, He doesn't even know how to do the bloody frickin' dishes. And I do. Most people would have the common sense to learn these skills in order to live on their own. To where he had pushed his ex-girlfriend out the door. And at the time, she was bawling to me because he kept going, whoop, get your butt up there. Calling her every name in the book. And I'm not going to say a lot of them, but I would like to mention just a few. Now, to the younger crowd that comes across this video, please never say any of the words that you hear on my channel. Because when I rant and rave about certain people, like, it lights a fuse and it won't stop until I'm done talking about him. So, he was calling her every name in the book, and I'm only going to say a couple. Now, if she watches this, I apologize that these names hurt you, but please do realize that what I'm doing is turning the tides on him. Okay? Now, he was calling her fat, whore, and all those names. Everything you can think of, he was calling her them. And she would come crying to me on the phone, and she would be bawling her eyes out like, it's okay, I'm still your friend. Whatever he says, he's lying. Tell me what he said, and I can tell you exactly what happened. So she would tell me that he said that I was the reason why his other girlfriends left him. And I told her, I was like, listen, you know, everything he's doing to you, he's done to them. I've warned them, I've tried to help them, but yet they didn't listen at the time because they were only listening to him. They wouldn't listen to nobody else. So, in other words, everybody that runs into will not listen to their own family members, okay, their own friends. He tries to control you. This is the type of person who I want you to avoid every single time. This guy, okay, this guy I want you to frickin' avoid. To all the females out there that do watch my channel, this guy I want you to please avoid. If you see this picture on any Facebook profile and the name of Ben Tillotson on there or anything Tillotson, move on. Just blow by. Don't even send him a friend request. Don't even mention this guy. Don't even send him a message, anything. Because all he does, he'll drive you nuts. Like he's driven me nuts. To where I was almost to the point of that short of a fuse. Okay? I was to that point. Because at that time, he had said something very, very mean about my family. And if you know anything about family, you do not even say anything bad about other people's family. Granted, you can joke about it here and there, but you don't really have to say it out loud and post it all over Facebook. I had my relatives even messaging me, texting me, going, is this true? Sending me what they seen on Facebook. And I'm going, oh, what an idiot. Hello. It's like, you're a moron. So, I'm going to leave this picture up just for a minute. Come on. And now that I have left his picture up, okay, I want you to please know that this guy that I've been talking about, okay, all this time, here's what I want you to do, is I'm going to make a new poll, okay, and I'm going to give you a decision. My question: okay. Now, when I put the question up, you're going to see a little pair of bots appear down here, okay? Nothing, when they appear down here, it's going to show us stats. Okay, once in a while, I'll bring it up, I'll bring it down. Now, if people actually go back into this video, say, after I'm not live, and they want to answer this question, you can leave it in the comments, okay? You can leave it in the comments, and I'll mark that up, because I will have a piece of paper, like a paper with one answer on it. I'll have another with another answer on it, right over there, okay? Over on that wall, I will have two pieces of paper. One with and number two. Okay. Now, I need to do this, this, this. Okay. Now, with that up, from what I've been telling you guys can vote right now, and it will pop up. Later on, before I'm done with my broadcast, I will show the stats down below, or I will show them on here, okay? So, now that I'm talking about him, I'm going to leave this up. And please remember, if you want to leave a comment on what you want, if you trust him, you can just say yes, or you can just put one or two. One is yes, two is heck no. Okay, after you're done hearing what I have to say about him, and if his ex-girlfriend comes across this video, I know what your choice is going to be. It's going to be number two. Because after her and I have talked a long time since they broke up, wow, I know her answer right off bat. Okay, now, before I forget, there's a couple other things I want to talk about. Alright. Now, while I got you guys here, okay, now, I know some people that are on Facebook, okay, I gotta get to it first. Okay, I know if you ever come across something, come on camera, hey, camera, okay, I guess I gotta do this, huh? Let me turn down my brightness real quick. How's that? Okay, that'll work. Just a second, folks. Phone, are you okay? You okay? Okay, you are alright. Okay, my phone's good, folks. I thought I would have damaged my phone or my TV stand, which is also glass. Glass shelves, ladies and gentlemen. But, okay, this is what his profile picture on Facebook looks like right now. Because I've come across a couple of these, and he has blocked me on most of them. Now, this is his current one right here, okay? And, no, I didn't want to do that. Okay. Now, as you can tell from here, okay, these are all ladies. These are all females, okay? And I'm sorry if I'm too damn close, but I apologize. Okay, most of these profiles on here, as you're about to see, okay, some of them do not even mention where they're at, okay? Like, for example, like the one right next to my thumb, doesn't even say exactly where she lives. That's a fake profile. Most of these people on here are fakes. Scammers, okay? That's what I want to talk about. Scamming. People that are scamming on Facebook, okay? Now, one of these days, I'm serious. One of these days, all right, I may get a certain request, okay? I may get something completely 100% certain, okay? I may end up with a sponsor one day, okay? And they may want me to talk about their product, you know, deodorant or whatever I get sponsored by. They might want me to talk about it. But you know what? Come on. You know what? If I ever get a sponsor, I don't care. I seriously don't care. Because if I ever do get a sponsor, I know what I'll do. I'll take that money and I'll start putting it towards a donation. I'll even start up my own donation. Okay? I will even start up my own freaking donation if need be. Okay? Now, I know that his ex-girlfriend is here because I can see her messages, which I know she's here. So, and I know she's watching. So, now I have the result. I have the polls. As of right now, up please. Here is the total. Okay? You guys have not voted yet. And I know she's watching, so why don't you go ahead and vote right now on your pick. On the question I have on the side here. Do you trust him? All you have to do is either type your answer. Okay? And I will show the results at the very end. So, I know she's watching. So now she can vote. And I already know what her vote's going to be. So, that's going to be one vote. And to all of my other viewers that do come across this after I am not live anymore, you guys can still vote by leaving your comment. You can type it in the comment down below my video. And then I will tally this up. And then we will do another talk about him again. At another day. Another time. Okay? But for now, I still can see the results. So, and I know she's watching, so all she has to do is just, she can even vote right now. Just by typing it.
Heck no.
See? There that we have one vote in so far. And I know you guys heard that, so I want to change something so you guys cannot hear the vote. I don't care if you hear heck no or yes, okay? I don't care if you hear that. But I don't want to give away on what the vote was. I want to keep it anonymous. So please give me a second. Allow me to turn that off. And now I'm back. Now, in other words, this poor, lazy fool, we'll call him, by the name of Ben Tillotson, he works at Wegmans. Okay? He does carts. Now, he doesn't do the regular carts that you got to push. He doesn't go gathering up a good row of carts to push them back up to the store at Wegmans. So, the only thing he does is he does this. Excuse me. He gets those carts that are motorized and he drives them around all day long. And you know what? Sorry. Come on, work with me, camera. Okay, there we go. And he drives them around all day long. He does not do the work others do. And I'm going to go and do a live broadcast at Wegmans very soon. I will keep this up when I'm even live at Wegmans. I will put, you guys can come back to this video and you guys can, I wouldn't even be able to, well, I'll remind you guys of this when I go live at Wegmans. Because I already know there's a vote for a certain answer. And you guys heard it was heck no. That's one vote for heck no. You all know that right now. So, as the time goes on, okay, as time goes on, all right, now, there is a couple more things I would like to talk about before I discuss something else with my viewers. Okay, and I am sorry if I hit my microphone. It's a little, I can't move it. It's perfect distance from my mouth. Okay, now, in other words, this guy, Ben Tillotson, as you guys see over here, okay, he's been driving his ex-girlfriend up the wall, a mental wall, matter of fact, by calling her all these names and calling her a PIG. And I know she can spell that out, but it would start with fat blank. What's pink and goes oink oink. Nothing bad against her when she watches this, but I hope this makes you laugh at least and reminds you that he is lazier than you. Now, this poor fat boy, as I will call him now, who does nothing but leave food and everything else go to waste. And I'm going to apologize. I'm going to move off camera for a second because I am moving my fan out of the way. But before they got totally serious, and you know, before he got totally serious, they were dating at the time. This was probably about a month and a half that they were dating for before he started messing with her mind. Okay. Now, he always told her, I don't want to watch any of your movies. We can watch your movies on Halloween. Hello? Her movies were not that bad. Okay? Granted, yeah, I heard a couple of her choices that she was going to want to watch, but he's just like, no. And he kept doing this to her every single day when they were together. Even when they were not living together, okay, he was going, no, let's watch this one. Airwolf, Star Trek, freaking MacGyver, whatever. He wanted to keep watching his movies over and over and over again. Dude, you see him like how many freaking times a day? You've watched all the episodes? Time to watch something else. Time to get your mind out of the flipping gutter. Okay, now, granted, this poor fat boy, as I am calling him, he is completely lazy. All right, now, and he's been doing this to her for about 3 years. Let's watch my movies. Always the same freaking movies. He'd never freaking change it to anything else. He wouldn't watch anything else. The only thing he wanted to do was watch his movies, not her movies. You gotta come to understand, dude, you're in a relationship. You need to watch some of her movies, not forcing her to watch your movies over and over again. And again and again. It gets boring as all hell. And I know you guys would agree with this. It does get boring watching the same thing over and over and over again. Even if you watched it, like for me, I'll watch a complete season of, for example, NCIS. I watched the whole entire seasons from start to end one time. Then I went back and I watched it again, but I was catching things that I missed the first time. Then I went back and watched it the third time, and I caught even more detail. And I even caught a lot more information. Okay? For example, I'm going to use one of the programs from NCIS. Now, you guys may remember this. Okay? But the very first episode of NCIS, okay, the first episode, when they were on Air Force One, Marine One, as they call it. I still call it Air Force One because the president's on there. Duh. But when there was a crime that was committed on Air Force One, okay, and there's another vote. Now, after I watched that 3 times, not right away, I watched it the first time from beginning, from season 1, all the way to the newer season. Then I watched something else, Criminal Minds. Then I will watch something else. Then something else. And I go back to NCIS, watch one season of NCIS, probably a couple episodes, boom, 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 boom. Done with that for a while. Change to something else. Boom, boom, boom. And I was doing that all the time, every day. I've been doing that. Jumping from one season of NCIS, watching maybe like 5 episodes, jumping to something else, watch 5 episodes of that, and so on and so on. This poor bastard was always watching them over and over and over and over and over and over. And that's why he was always wearing out his discs. Now, granted, I wore out my Grand Theft Auto disc, and I showed you guys, and I still got it too, and it's still a wreck. And that was the only game that I kept putting into my system. I kept removing it and putting it back into its case every day. You know, I would jump on, play for a little bit, have some fun with my friends, then I'd get off. Well, I'd go put it in the next day, same thing. Next day, same thing. And after a while of just putting it in, taking out, putting it in, taking out, it finally ended up burnt straight through to the center. A straight line, right on through. And, you know, that was actually fun. Because I was playing with my friends here and there. Then I had to freaking buy the download version. So from now on, I'm buying download versions of all games. I mean, I've got a 6 terabyte sitting down there by my system, which I will show you because my system has a 500 gig internal hard drive. That was not enough room for me. Granted, that was enough room for me at the start because I only had 1 or 2 games. Then I decided, you know, sign up for PlayStation Plus, which was 12 months. Free games. 2 games every month. Free. So I could pick whatever one I wanted, whatever one grabbed my interest. I'd be like, okay, I want to try this one. Call of Duty, or Warzone or whatever. I'd download it, put it on my internal. Then after a while, I had to remove one game just to get another game. So finally, I had enough of it. I literally took my money, my $100 that I had, and I went and bought me an external, 6 terabytes. And yet, I'm not even through 3 terabytes yet. I've still got 5 terabytes of space left. Well, over 5. But still, I've got plenty enough room in this to keep me going for a while. Granted, yeah, I'm going to have to get another external hard drive, but that's later on down the road. I'm getting a dual USB plug that I can plug that USB into and still plug both externals into and run them both. So, on that happy note, back to this fat boy. Now, granted, you know, after everybody's heard what I've been talking about, he is so lazy. He is so lazy, he blames everybody. He'll even blame his own co-workers at work. Oh, I'm tired, I want to go home. He'll try everything. He even eats the fucking food that he leaves in his goddamn room to get fucking sick. It's like, hello, fat boy, you're not supposed to be eating food that's out. Put it back in the refrigerator to keep it fresh. Seal it back up, you know? Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. Well, apparently for him it does. But, you know, the thing is, he does all this. He even leaves milk out, and it's supposed to be refrigerated every time. Even when you take it out to get a glass of milk, you got to put it back. Hello? But he doesn't. He leaves it right in his room, right on the floor, with his food in his drawers, a salami in his freaking drawer, in his fucking desk. And you know what? He even doesn't take out the garbage. I bet you, now that she's not home, she hasn't been home in almost 2 weeks now, I'll bet you the apartment that she's staying in is looking like crap. Leftover dishes in the sink, he doesn't do them. Doesn't vacuum. Doesn't do his laundry. But yet he'll go to his mom and dad's to do his laundry. Yeah, it doesn't cost a thing. Moron, it still costs money because you got to pay for electric and you got to pay for the water. Duh. So why don't you just use a washer and dryer that are at the apartments instead of walking almost 9 blocks home? Probably what it feels like for him because he's so fat and overweight. Yet he says all this stuff about his ex. And then he's been saying all this stuff about me. None of it's true. I can tell you right now, none of it's true. You guys have known me for over 8 years, I believe, since I started doing a broadcast. My very first one. Actually, it was... Yeah, it's been over 8 years since when I first started doing my very first broadcast, which was back on JTV. And that's when I had my good TV, my Vizio, with my Vizio remote, and my laptop. Okay, that's when I was using my laptop to do broadcasts from JTV, doing all this just to get me out there. I was doing all of it. And now, I'm only stuck doing broadcasts from YouTube. I don't care. I'm still getting my opinion out there. So, in other words, he has been saying all this stuff about me, how I've been saying things about him behind his back. Well, I've only been telling nothing but the truth. Yeah, the truth may hurt, but you got to listen to it to actually understand it. Okay? Like, for example, I literally told him, I'm like, dude, you need to freaking take all that food, throw it out. Because I could see mold on the food. I'm like, dude, that's not good. Once there's mold, you might as well just throw it out in the garbage. Keep things refrigerated. You know? Go exercise. Go walk around. On a nice hot day, like 75, 80 degrees, just go for a walk. Sweat. You'll burn calories that way. You know what? He didn't take my advice at all. I'd give him a good piece of advice, like on a good warm day, when the sun's out and you got a nice cool breeze, just go for a walk. Start out small. Once you get used to going a certain distance, expand. Go an extra block every time. Get used to it. Do another one and another. Pretty soon you'll start to realize that you're walking a mile, then 2 miles, then 3 miles. Hell, I can walk up to 5 miles before I'm exhausted, before I have to take a break. Granted, yeah, going from here to wherever I gotta go and coming back still doesn't bother me. Heck, I can even walk from here to my brother's, which is 6.3 miles, and then I would end up staying there for the day, do work for him, whatever, or he'd come get me. Sometimes he'd come get me, depends on the weather. If it's a nice day, I tell him, bro, I'll be there. Give me about 2 hours, 2.5 tops. I'll be there. I would leave here by a certain time. I'd get there by a certain time. But unlike him, all he wants to do, Xbox. Buy games, buy movies. Sit there and watch them over and over and over and over and play them, all of this stuff. All of his games, all over. And you know what? No wonder he turned out the way he is now. That's all he does. He doesn't do any real work, folks. Unlike me, I get out there and I do what I do, and I love doing it. I love mowing and weed whacking. I could do it all day long if I wanted to. If I had the choice to do an all-day mowing job, going from house to house to house to house to house, get my name out there, get my company going that I want to get going. Granted, yeah, I am cheap, but half the money is going towards gas, spark plugs, oil, 2-cycle oil, and the other half is going in my pocket, and I'm keeping that in case I need to pay for a new blade or something. But that still comes out of my other profit for the equipment. If I don't have the money to cover it, it comes out of my pocket. and still I keep my job going. Granted, I am cheap. Okay, $20 for 1 yard. Depends on the size. Okay, if the yard is bigger than, say, 3 acres. Okay, 3 acres takes me about an hour to mow. If it's 5 acres and I got to do nothing but push mow it, I'm going to literally go out and buy a used riding lawnmower, and I'll use that. I've got my own weed whacker. It's a Husqvarna. I love it to death. I've had it for over 5 years now, and I've had the same spool string, which is next to my chair on the floor. I bought that 5 years ago. I'm about halfway through it right now. The weed whacking I do, I barely even go through the head that I fill with string. I barely go through it within a month. I mean, like 3 weeks later, I'll have to refill. Still, that's not bad. I don't go all out, full throttle. I keep it to where it spins the head and where it cuts the grass. I don't need to go full throttle and go quick. I take my time weed whacking around the house, around flowers that need to be preserved. I don't go in too close, but I get in there close enough to where the owner can go, you forgot some weeds. I'm like, well, I didn't want to go too close and end up your flowers. This guy, Ben Tillotson, lazy. He'll just do those little handicap carts. That's all he does. While the other employees work their butts off. They sweat. They do hard work. The only way to know that you've done a good day's work is if you're sweating your butt off. And by sweating your butt off, eating a good lunch, peanut butter and jelly, freaking bologna sandwiches, having an apple, something to drink, banana, anything to have a good lunch. Something that keeps you energized and keeps you healthy while you're working. Okay, me, it's easy. I can literally go out and buy a couple protein bars, like energy bars, like anything really. Anything, any kind of bar. I'll eat it. Whatever fills me up or tides me over until lunchtime. I don't go out and literally snack on something big in the mornings or in the afternoons, but I'll get a couple protein bars. I'll get plenty of drinks. I'll get a brisk, some brisks, some Powerades, or water, bottles of water. I'll get whatever I get. I usually get a 1 liter, and granted, the 1 liter of brisks look about like that. Okay, these are 1 liters, and I drink about one of these half a day. I sip on them. I don't sit there and go chug, 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 chug. No, I just go sip on it, put the lid back on, put it back in the cooler. And sometimes I have to go and do more. What I mean is I usually have to either get a 2 liter, which would last me all day long, because I'll sip on it. Actually, it'll last me no more than a day. If I'm working good and hard all day long, I'll sip on it here and there. Just enough to get my throat wet, keep it wet, keep me hydrated, and whatnot. And I do take breaks, but I don't come inside. I'll stay outside, sit under a tree, cool down a little bit. If I'm too hot, I'll sit under the shade. I'll just sit out there, take a sip on my drink, eat a protein bar, something just to keep me going. keep my sugar levels up, because I know when I'm running low on sugar, I literally shake. Just like this, folks. Just like this. To where my hand would shake just like that. Once I start shaking, I gotta eat something. It doesn't matter if it's cheese and crackers. I gotta eat something just to take the shakiness off. Okay? Now, from what I've been talking about this fat boy here is the results. And you probably won't see me, but look at what wins. We have 2 votes so far for heck no that do not trust him. And I am glad people are starting to vote heck no on the information I have been giving you about him. Now I will hide this. Keep in mind, that's only 2 votes. It could change. And I hope it don't change. I hope the votes keep going for no. But on like what he's done, he does not walk around. He does not do any hard work, folks. Me, I'll be out there all day long. From morning until about 8:30, 9 o'clock. I'll be outside. The only time I come in is to, if I'm home, make my lunch. Make something to eat for lunch. Grab some cheese and crackers or whatever. I do not sit in here all day long. The only time I will sit in my house is during the winter, when I do a broadcast. In my chair, okay? When I'm playing a game. Showing you, going through a walkthrough of a game. Any game that I have, I literally go and do a walkthrough. Except for like Grand Theft Auto, or Minecraft, or a couple other games that I've got that I've already played completely through. Granted, I probably missed a lot on some of my games, but I still go back once in a while, bring that game back to my channel, play a little more of it and whatnot. But that's getting off the beaten path here, and I do apologize. But if you ever get a chance and you see his profile on Facebook, or you actually live in my area and you've actually seen him, just avoid him. Don't be friends with him. Be friends with somebody like me. Somebody that actually takes a friendship seriously. Okay? And someone like him, he'll let you in a little bit. He'll get the information he needs and he'll just push you away. That's all he does. He's a user and an abuser. That's all he is. Granted, me, if you want to be my friend, all you have to do is just say, hey, this is my name. I've seen you your broadcast on YouTube. And I know you go by Bill Burr on YouTube, but is Bill Burr short for another name? Which is Bill, of course. And you guys would know that. Because, some people would come to realize, who would you rather be friends with? Me or this fat ass? And, granted, yeah, I gave him the benefit of the doubt. Not just once, folks. Not just twice. More like 10 times. And I was kicking myself in the buttocks for it. And I do hate it. But I gave him the benefit of the doubt 10 times. Okay? For an example. Alright. The only true other friend that I have that he's still friends with. He moved down south. Now, for some reason, me and my good friend that moved down south, we were still in contact with him. Me and my good friend would talk, and then him and Ben would talk, and then me and Ben would talk, and then as They were talking. He was telling him something. But you know what? When he and I, this tubblard, were talking when we were used to be friends, he would tell me a totally different story about our other friend. I'm like, there's no way, dude. No way that he's like that. Okay? I know what my other friend was like. He was very nice, and he always loved to make friends. He never did anything wrong to me. I never did anything wrong to him. He and I were still good friends, other than this fat ass breaking us up as friends. He kept telling our other friend, "Oh, Bill's no good," da, 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 da. And he just kept telling everything about me to him in his ear. The last time I talked to my good friend, when the three of us were friends, me, Ben, and my other friend that moved down south, he literally said, "Bill, Ben said all this stuff about you." And he started saying, "Is this true?" And I go, "No, dude, that's not true. Have I ever done anything like that to you?" And he would just think, "No, not actually. You have not. You've always been nice to me. You stuck up for me back in school when I was getting picked on. Because I was the anti-bully in school." Okay. Let me explain. When me, Ben, and our other good friend first started going to high school, this was 9th grade. And our lockers were in different locations. Well, I went to my locker. Okay, and, I was the only kid in the hallway because there was no other kid that had any locker in the hall. I was the only one. So I got lucky. I had the whole entire locker system, whole line of lockers to myself. Didn't care. But as we went through high school, moved into 10th grade, okay, first day of school, very first day, did not matter, all right? Did not matter at all, all right? First day in 10th grade, first day, I go into school and I had the same locker for 4 years, same locker. Actually, I had the same locker for 7 years. Same one. Because while I was in middle school, I had to go to the high school to put my stuff in my locker. Didn't care. So, they let me keep my locker when I went to high school. So I went upstairs, put my coat in there, took my boots off, had my shoes in my backpack, took my shoes out, and I had a nice little portable chair that I could unfold to put down to take my boots off, put my shoes on, and tie them. Well, after I got done taking my boots off, I put my little chair in there, closed my locker. And I never took my bag with me. Whatever class I had, I would have to go to my locker. So for whatever class I had in the morning, I would always grab the first 3 books for my classes, because I had 3 classes in the morning, and they were all math, science, English. So I would always bring those out in the morning and carry them around with me until lunchtime. And then I would change my books. Boom, have my afternoon books. I never had a problem. But getting back to my story, 10th grade, there was a freshman, just new to high school, and, he was in the office, and he asked where his locker was. Well, the principal asked me, he's like, "Bill, you know where this locker's at. Can you please take him to his locker?" Sure thing. So I took him to his locker. I was like, "Well, your locker's in the same hall as mine. It's just down a row." So I was like, "There's your locker right down there. I can see it from here." So I took him there. I was like, "This is your locker. Do you know how to do a combination?" He's like, "Yeah." I was like, I refreshed his memory. You spin it all the way around, but good couple times. Stop it at 0. Left. 2 times. Stop at your number. Once right. Stop at your number. Back left. Stop at your number. Done. Well, as soon as he started putting things in his locker, I walked down to my locker. I started getting my locker prepared for the year because I would clean my locker out. I would have certain items in my locker always. I would have a picture of, my family at the top of my locker. I would have my schedule of what school during the day was going to be like for the week. I would have the lunch schedule up as well. And I would have, my routine for the morning before school started, because I always got there at 6:30 every morning. Every morning I would get up, get my breakfast, eat my breakfast, grab my bag, and go. Granted, it only took me 15 minutes to eat breakfast. And I was out the door. Even before any of my brother was awake. Or my grandmother. I would always write a note to my grandmother saying, went to school, same time, see you when I get home. So, I would go to school, and first thing I would do, start working out, lifting weights. And I would change up my routine every day. First day I would work out. Second day I'd walk them, go and run a mile around the track. Third day I'd do push-ups. Next day, the fourth day I would do sit-ups. The last day I would do a combination between the 4. So I was always keeping myself going on track with different things. Kept my mind sharp and everything. Well, that morning, this poor freshman who was just starting high school, he was getting picked on by a senior. So I kind of caught it out of the corner of my eye. So I was like, okay, I'm going to deal with this senior. And he was shorter than me, but he was a football player. I didn't really care who he was. He was picking on a freshman, right a grade lower than me. And finally, something within me just snapped. I lost it. I walked up. I left my things in my locker, closed my locker. My favorite teacher, who was the photographer teacher, comes walking out of his classroom. He sees me walking down the hall. He goes, Bill, aren't you going to grab your morning books? I was like, yeah, just a minute. I got something else to take care of. He's like, what? I go walking down the hall. That poor freshman was so scared that he was begging for the senior to stop picking on him. And I go, I walk right up to him, and I tap him on the shoulder hard. Excuse me. Why are you picking on a freshman that just got here on his first day? Well, I want to teach this little punk some manners about seniors. And that's when I just snapped. I'm like, listen. I spun him around real quick. Grabbed him by his freaking neck. I lifted him straight up. I'm like, listen. I am only 1 grade higher than him. The principal asked me to show him where his locker was. And I was being nice. You are being mean, dude. And I freaking drug him straight down the hall to my locker. And I put him up against the freaking solid wall instead of being hit against lockers. I hit him, pushed him against this wall. Here's the lockers. Here's another wall. I just went wham! Hard. I was like, listen, from now on, if you're going to pick on anybody, you better pick on me because I'll take you out first. And you better make it good. Finally, I had him so scared, so freaking scared, that he was going, oh my God, I can't breathe. Please let go, let go. I'm like, that's what I thought. Next time you want to pick on somebody, pick on me. And I freaking threw him down to the ground, and I just went, whoop, right down the hall. Now, mind you, they just waxed the floor that morning. And he goes straight down the hall for a good distance. And the principal was at the other end of the hall, standing in the middle of the hallway, and he could see everything clear as day. The poor senior stopped right at his feet. So the vice principal looked down and said, "You, my office now." He looked at me. He went, "You," which I could not hear him, so I knew he was pointing to me. He was like, "You," telling me, "You. Thank you. Good job. I'll see you in my office." He's like, he called me down to his office because he knew what my classes were. And after he got done with his senior, he goes and calls me down. He's like, "Bill, I want to thank you for what you did." I was like, "It's not a problem, you know. I don't like bullies picking on new kids that just come to the high school that really don't know their way around." Granted, I did show him to his locker because someone, like the principal, asked me to show him, and I was more than happy to. So from that point on, that ninth grader, freshman, was always looking up to me. I told him, I'm like, "Listen, buddy," I was like, "my name's Bill. You have any problems, the door right here behind you, that's my office." And I got privilege. I got a privilege. There was an empty room that I could turn into my office, which I did. And it became the anti-bully office. Now, getting back to this person, he's a bully now. He never was a bully. Okay? At first, he'll let you in. He'll be buddy-buddy with you for a while. And when he gets whatever he wants, he pushes you away. And he starts bullying you. Treating you like dirt. You don't want anybody like that in your life. Take it from me. Because his ex-girlfriend, who I know probably is not here anymore, but she knows exactly what he's like. I know what he's like, okay? From all the arguments and everything that has happened, okay? Now, I would like to play some audio for you, but I'm not too sure if she would want me to be playing audio. So if she's still in here, go ahead and let me know if you are going to allow me to play audio, the audio message that you sent me. So while I wait for her, okay, does anybody have any questions about Fat Boy here, aka Ben Tillotson? And I don't care if the whole damn world knows. I'm glad that everybody knows about this Fat Boy, aka Ben Tillotson. Now, granted, he cannot have kids. You know, he had a vasectomy or whatever done. He had his nuts chopped, which is good. So if she's still here, can you please let me know that you want me to play this audio? And I hope I still have it. And if I don't, I'll let you know. So, are you still here? Wait a minute, let me do this. I think there's a way I can see viewers. That's options. No. Oh, and before I forget, okay, before I forget, you guys can also let me know how I'm doing on my broadcasts as well. So you can take a vote on my broadcasts, okay? Over here in the corner, my broadcast. Am I cool, creative, funny, or cute? Now, girls would probably say I'm cute. Doesn't bother me. So whatever the percentage is for each, for my broadcast from the very first day I started doing a broadcast on JTV, I was always asking this, and I always got a lot of responses. Some girls would say, "Oh, you're cute." That goes into the cute category. Some people would be like, "You're funny, creative." So that would go into both categories. And some people would be like, "Cool, funny, and creative." And they would also go into that category. So every time you guys vote on whatever category you want, funny, cool, creative, or cute, okay, that will go into the category. You can always vote more than once. You can just type cool, creative, funny, or cute, but you can only type one at a time. So whatever you type, even in the comments, that goes into a category, because I take that into consideration for the next broadcast or for the next time that I do a broadcast on here. So every time I do a broadcast on here, ladies and gentlemen, okay, every time I do a broadcast on here, I always make sure that I include the last time I had these stats up. The last time I had these stats up, which was a couple broadcasts ago. And, for example, I can even vote for myself. Okay? All I have to do is just go to the chat. Okay? And then and watch. It's going to jump. Come on. Come on. Really? You're not going to do it? Okay. Okay, apparently it doesn't do it. I thought it was. So, let me refresh it. Now. Oh, wow. I voted for myself one time, ladies and gentlemen. And I got another vote. But that just shows you. Okay? That just shows you that you always can vote. And it doesn't really bother me. And I'm sorry that that left, but I'm just put it back, so. Come on. Why is it? Okay. Oh. Okay. So now, anyways, this person, I don't trust him at all. Okay. And that's just me. So, if his ex-girlfriend is still watching, please let me know right now. Okay. Now, Now, this one person, Ted Smith, that posted this comment, have you seen my whatever joke? I'm sorry, dude. I don't take that stuff. I don't like that type of thing. And no, I don't want to ever see this again. But, so, okay, that's that. So as long as I keep that up, and I know there was a vote already, 2 votes already for this, it will reload it here in a bit. And I do apologize. But, okay. Let me text her real quick. Do you care if I play the audio of your arguments with him on my channel? Yes or no? I just used my voice to type it out. And yes, when I do shake my phone, my camera, my flashlight comes on. So every time I shake it, I can turn it on and off. Even when the phone's off. Okay? Phone's off. It's on. It's off. And, okay. Now, can you send me the voice, or can you send me the audio clips, the recent one of your fight with him? That's if I don't have it. So let me look back. Let me see if I have it. Which I don't think I do. Oh, yes. Okay. Here, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't because I'm still here until the 30th.
You want to tell Chris to break up with me?
Then I can't do that. That is your choice, not mine.
Oh, I bet Bill's told you to do that many a times.
No, he hasn't. Leave Bill out of this. He has nothing to do with this, Ben.
Just lay off me. I don't want to hear you anymore.
Ben, lay off Bill. He's been nothing but helpful to you. He's been nothing but nice to you all those years in high school. And have you ever been nice to him?
Never.
Yes, but now you're acting like a selfish jerk who doesn't know how to handle himself. You act like a selfish punk.
I've had enough of you, Lizzie. I'm not talking anymore.
Oh, yeah, run to Mom. Go ahead.
We're nothing acting like a 2-year-old anymore. That's right.
No, I'm not. I'm acting like a mature adult. But are you acting like a selfish child? Yes.
Kick me out right now.
I can't, because your stuff is still fucking here.
Take your best shot right now.
What are you talking about?
I don't want you as my friend. I don't want to talk. Dad told me to go near you, and I'm going to.
That was just a sample of the arguments that they had. Now, granted, the thing is, is I hate this bastard now because of what he had done to her. Okay, Ben Tillotson has ruined her life for the 3 freaking years that they were together. 3 fucking years. Hello, I can understand the first year arguing back and forth a little bit here and there, trying to get to know one another. You know, what one wants to watch, that's what couples do. Duh. But 3 years down the road, you should be going, ooh, type thing. Which I am sorry for that dance if I made anybody laugh. Or go, oh my god, that's too scary, I can't watch it on your screen. But I do apologize. But he was always doing that to her for 3 freaking years. Now, Grant, I can understand 1 year, but 3? Come on! How pathetic does he have to be to do it for 3 fucking years in a row? And as you heard, her name is Lizzie. And, you know, it's just drama that she's been putting her through for 3 years. From that point on, from the first year up to the 3rd year. It's like, started drama, ended drama. Gone. Because now she's happier without him being her boyfriend. Excuse me, by the way. Must have been somebody I ate. Heartburn. But, in other words, you know, every time he does this to her, because, granted, he's trying to kick her out, and he wants to frickin' die. He tells her, take a knife and kill me. Stab me. Whatever. I want to die. Who wants to frickin' die? That's not living your life, you dumbass. Living your life is getting out there, exercising, being healthy, meeting people, and being friends with them. Not just push them away after a while. But, you know, the thing is he's done all this to her and moi. And I know I sounded like Miss Piggy there, but I don't care. It's my freaking channel. I can sound who I want. And if it makes you laugh, it makes you laugh. If someone goes, oh my god, I can't believe he just did that. Yeah, I know the app. That's because my phone's not on. Yep, closed. It automatically closes every time. Let's just turn this off then. But yeah. So no matter what, if you folks ever get the chance to see his profile on Facebook, just this mug, heck, he may look different in 10 years. He may look fatter. He may not even be around anymore. Who knows? But if you see his profile up on Facebook, don't click on it. Don't add him as a friend. Do not message him, because he will pull you into his world and he will manipulate you into doing something different that you don't want, which I can understand. And now that I have said that to you folks, of course, give me a second. Let me move my light back. It's a little too bright for me. There, that's better. Now that I've told you folks somewhat about him, does anybody out there have a question for me that's watching? And if you have a question and you want it answered, you can always email me on YouTube by my link. Send me a direct message on, or you can, actually what you can do is you can email me, or you can leave it in a comment. I'll reply to it by sending you a reply to it, or I will use your question for another video, which I know people love to do. And some people like to hear their questions read out loud to viewers like you guys. And I do apologize for any inconvenience that has gone wrong. But my plan for my next broadcast, or a couple broadcasts down the road, between now and before winter, sometime, I am going to take a stroll from point A to point B where he works. Now, when I get to where he works, I can show you video proof. I can show you video proof with my phone, ladies and gentlemen, because, first of all, I can use the camera that's right here, okay? That's my front camera. I will be doing a broadcast just like this, walking down the road, doing a live broadcast, walking down the road, okay? Then when I get there, I won't be doing a live broadcast, but I'll do video. Certain things, whenever I think about, I'll just record real quick and give you a couple things that I just thought of. Pause it, put it back in my pocket, keep listening to my music off of my new headphones, which are right here. So I will be using these a lot. And I can even use these when I go live, even. Because, granted, they show the time as well. Which, that's not the true time, but AM, FM, and Bluetooth compatible. So I can use both these for my broadcast. So when you see me wearing these on my broadcast, you'll know that down here, let me set my phone down. Can't think it. Down, where is it? Down here, right there, if you folks cannot see it, there's a small pinhole. Hang on, okay, right there. Right there. That small pinhole right there. That's the microphone. That's like this. But it's back on the air. Lower down here, so I can still talk with this one. But this one, I can go a distance away. Like I can set my phone in one spot and I can walk away from it. I can still wear these and talk to you guys. And granted, I'm going to be using these quite a lot doing a live broadcast out and about in public. These I don't care about. Plus people around me. Like if I'm doing like talking to people, this will still pick them up, talking. Does not matter who I'm talking to. They'll still pick them up as well. So I can even listen to my music while I'm doing a broadcast even. It won't hurt the broadcast because, first of all, you won't hear it through my headphones. I'll have the music low enough to where I can keep jamming out, walking down the road, doing what I got to do, get to my destination, pause my music, which I can play my music with this button, okay, and then I can go skip to the next one, or I can go back with this one. And I can answer calls with this one. Boom. Done. Then I've got my little volume down here. This little knob. Only goes up to 15, but hell, that'll be loud enough for me. So, it's all good. And I know you can almost see them in my chair, but I don't care. I seriously don't care. I'll put them up here on my light. There. And that's where they will sit until I need them. So until I need them for like a mow job, or if I want to use them when I go for a good walk, granted, I'm gonna have to do this. Have one to the side, just like this, walking down the road so I can still hear traffic. And if I'm going the other direction, I'll do it the opposite. I'll do it like this, so I can still hear traffic coming from behind me even. So whatever side of the street I'm on, I can still have one headphone on and jam out. But if I get a phone call, switch ears because the microphone would be on one side. So, on that happy note, I want you guys to remember. Okay, now this is before I'm going to call it a night. Alright, now, I want to see how long I've been broadcasting for. You guys ain't going to see me for a second, so hold on. I am just going to, I know you guys can still hear me. Which my controller is full charge now. Sweet. Come on. Go away. Show me the time. That's all I want to know. Thank you. Okay. Now, you guys could see the time, which is up here. Okay. When I was waiting for it to show, because I had that message in the corner that covered it. So I couldn't see it, but you guys could. And it only covers it on my end. So, I have been broadcasting for almost 2 hours. So now, I'm going to close this back. I'm going to make it full screen again. So, hold on. And you guys can still hear me. I know this. So, there. Okay, that's that. Yeah. I know. Okay, now, before I go, I will show you the final results of this. Now, remember, whatever it is, it probably won't recognize that there was people already voted before. When I changed it from when I had this up and I had to show you guys the other thing, which you guys can always comment on, it will always tell me. Come on. Yeah. So, here's the final results. And I know, there was 2 for heck no. Remember, I voted heck no, and somebody else voted heck no. Oh, go away. So, there was 2 votes for heck no. So them 2 actually count because I showed you guys on my broadcast. So now, before I end it, I am going to go back. Before I go, I got asked a question from a viewer. Okay, now, this viewer asked, and you guys can see the viewer too, how did you get your good looks? Well, genetics. Okay, it's in my DNA, it's in my blood. All the males on the my family side of my clan always had good looks. We may not have had them when we were younger because we were growing up, but as soon as we hit 18 or in our teenage years, they started coming out. And I have been sent another video, well, the audio, I should say, But you don't have to really worry because I already played the audio. I know she'll probably be back in here and rewatch this, and she'll know. So, anyways, if you guys want, before I end this, you guys can always vote and leaving it in the comments below. If you guys have any questions and you want me to do my next broadcast, if you want me to answer your questions and what I'll do is I will read your questions from the comments. I will go directly to my YouTube. I will pull up this video, and if you guys got comments that you want me to do on here, because I'm going to do a video of nothing but comments from you folks, I will do a comment from you, from all my viewers. If you comment me and ask me a question, I will do a broadcast. I will do a video of nothing but reading the questions, answering questions on one video. And it may not be a very long video, but still, it will be a video of me answering your guys' questions. So, on that happy note, I would like to thank you guys for coming. This has been Bilber100, and I'm done, y'all. If you like what I talk about and you want to see more of me playing games or whatnot, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to get notified when I go live. But I thank you very much for coming and checking me out. This has been Bilber100. I'm out, y'all. Peace. And have a safe day, too, ladies and gentlemen. Just had to put that out there. Y'all take care now. I'm out.